So we're going to run it a couple times. We were running the entire set. That was because, well, we had time to run the entire set. So now what we're going to do is we're going to run what we know here. The people in the room, you can't see everybody. So we're like, what is he talking? So we're going to do that, and then we're going to try to break a couple of the motions down, a couple of the difficult motions down. Any one of them, all right? So, stand.
Yes, sir.
Stand tall.
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go back for 7 and 8, 9, 10. Turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Press. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Press. Shift. Shift and strike. Strike. Off behind and up. Lock and turn. Step forward with the right and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, sorry. That was too many. I was thinking of the up cuts. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Lunge. So front jump kick. Switch. Feet together. Okay, so that's about the halfway mark. So I'm going to scoot back over so we can do the rest. So once I pull it from behind my back, to here, I'm going to cut out, right? So I'm cutting out, crossing behind, circling overhead, and then pressing downward. Stepping forward to a cat and blocking upward, a cat stance. Opening the arms, big block, and cut up. Roll, and lift, step, and strike. Check your feet. So, there you go. Push the sword out. Bend the front knee. There you go. Feet together. Now, remember when you do these sets, we're not two-dimensional, so you can have space between the legs. You can still do your stances correctly and not stand on a line, right? So we're not hieroglyphs. You don't have to stand like this. What you are seeing, you are seeing our bodies turn, but not the way you think. So if I step forward, and I have space between my legs, as you can see, quite a bit, and I bend my knees. Now, if I lean forward and then twist my body, if I was sideways, you wouldn't see the space between my legs. It looks like I'm turning doing this. It looks like I'm standing on a line trying to be very flat, and that's not the case. What you're doing is you're doing a correct stance for the legs so that you can engage them correctly, and then you're twisting to evade whatever it is that you were stepping toward. So most of the time in a situation like that, you're stepping toward a long weapon. The saber is traditionally fought against a long-range weapon, usually the spear, which is a long stick with a knife at the end. So usually if you're going against the staff, you have a saber, a shorter weapon, right? So part of us getting in close and getting past the tip, which is the dangerous end, is the stepping and then evading, so then turn. It's not stepping intentionally on a line to be two-dimensional. So let's give it a try.
Sir.
Make sure there's space between the legs when you lunge. Let's see, I want a specific section. All right. We'll just do this. We'll go from the halfway point again.
Sir.
So we'll pretend we already did the first half, and we'll cut, cross behind. The lunge will happen again for sure. Step forward to a cat stance and walk up. Open the arm, step to the left, step with the right, Roll and lift the sword, lift the knee. Step forward, pressing forward, right? So here's what we were talking about space between the legs, and I'm striking. Now, I don't have to pull this back as much as I can, and I don't have to tweak my shoulder. It's just, if I was grabbing the weapon, or even just guiding the weapon away from me, I would want to push it away from my face. I wouldn't want it this close to me and try to be really close. I want to block and then strike outward. So I want to pull it out and away from me and strike the target, whoever's holding or whatever's holding it. Okay? Feet together.
Okay.
So I'll do that towards you. When you pull out, you're not pulling out to be as flat as you can. You're pulling out to grab whatever it was that they were striking at you, right? So pulling longsword and striking the target. So when you pull diagonally, that makes the line from the other end of that shorter. Does that make sense? So you wouldn't want to pull it straight back flat anyway, because your body's not as long as, is about as long as the spear, even with the saber.
Yes, sir.
The spear, 6 foot or 7 foot spear is just as long as this, right? The arm span isn't that long. So you want to make sure you pull out diagonal and strike forward. Let's try it again.
Sir.
So we're going to go 1, 2, cut out, cross behind. A true cross stance means ball of the back foot. Press, both knees bent. Step to a cat. Block, open, cut, roll, lift, step, and strike. Block, shift, cross behind, over the head, pull. And then you're going to step even and block. Instead of stepping forward and striking like we did earlier, open, you're going to pivot, step towards the cat, cut. Press and open, right? So I've blocked, and I'm going to block and push. When I push out, I'm going to flick out. So I'm going to push the saber out as far as it can, and I'm going to flick and turn over, pulling it back. And that's not necessarily meant to make contact. If you used it, it could maybe slice the nose or catch a little nick, but mostly it's for flash, just a kind of a show of space, right? So you flick, and then after the flick, because that makes them flinch, after the flick comes the foot. Okay, so we press, flinch, boom, and then there's the foot, and the strike follow up with the hilt of your saber. Shift and block, cross behind and cut up, step forward and block, press down, you're going to roll and lift the left knee, step twice, once, twice with the right. Shift back and press, and feet together, we'll stop there.
Sir.
All right, so we're going to run it just one last time on our own, then we're going to bow out. Come up here
Sir.
and try to get through that. Go as far as you can. If you can't get through the whole thing, that's fine.
From the beginning?
No, just from what we were doing, from the halfway point. feet together.
Same.
All right. Come on.